What's up, Sparrow? Has anyone seen my marbles?
Chris Wood here, and I'm the best at space.
Hey everyone, this is Aldo, and I just want everyone to know that my body is ready.
And you're plugged into the official podcast of Empire State Gamer.
Hello, everybody out there, and welcome to the ESGamer Station, the official podcast of Empire State Gamer. We'd like to thank you for downloading our very first episode. Thank you so much for being with us on this, the launch of our official podcast. My name's Chris Wood. I'm one of the writers of the website, and I'm joined by the one, the only, the Jordan EliRey, our official podcast guru. Jordan, say hi to all the nice people out there.
Hello, nice people out there.
That's kind of like an Animaniacs thing. Hello, nice people in the TV.
That's what I was going for.
Yes. Meeting of the minds. This shall go well. So once again, welcome everybody. It's our first official weekly show, and we're going to be figuring things out as we go by. You know, we're going to try to introduce some new segments. We're going to try to maybe incorporate some other people from the website, but it's mostly just going to be game stories from the past week and just us gabbing about them. We're going to figure things out as we go along, but we wanted to put this one out, see how it went. We'll launch into the first story that we have here. Jordan made up a very nice agenda for us. It looks like Sony's thinking about launching a PlayStation 4 in 2012?
That's the rumor as of right now. Their distribution partners, or the makers of the console itself, are saying that, yeah, they're making the PS4 and they're hoping to have it ready next year, you know, sometime around E3, and that Sony allegedly ordered about 20 million of them for their launch. Allegedly.
Yeah. And stories like this have to be taken with an enormous grain of salt, because to me it doesn't make sense, you know. And me being like an Apple fanboy, I see this all the time. I see articles go up and people say, you know, we have like people from this manufacturer and that manufacturer tell us that Apple put in this big part order, so that's got to be a sign that a brand new iPhone is coming out or a brand new iPad or something like this. And it's about right 50% of the time, in my humble estimation, because Sony themselves said that the PS3 was meant to be a console that was supposed to last 1,000 years. I
think it was 10.
10 years. Okay, I think I'm getting my references mixed up.
Yes.
So.
Well, technically, you know, all of their consoles thus far have lasted about 10 years. They never said anything that they were going to discontinue one and make another one. You know, they might support both of them. Yeah. You know, at the same time for a period of time, like they have done with the PS1 and the PS2. Hell, there's still PS2 games coming out today. Yeah. And it's been more than 10 years, I think. That's been released.
That is very true. And other people have said that they'd probably release a second console, or a fourth console, I should say, and then drop the price of the PS3 down to around $150 maybe or something, and they'd continue to support the PS3 while also supporting this brand new console. And we were talking about this previously. What do you think they could add to a PS4 that isn't just hardware tweaks of a PS3? You know, faster processor, maybe a bigger hard drive. Maybe they will, I don't know, get backwards compatibility back. Just a thought.
Well, according to the rumor, they're adding like a Kinect-type technology into the PS4.
Because that's what everybody needs.
Well,
more motion controls.
If you know, I'm a sucker for Time Crisis, and if that game uses it, I won't be bothered by it.
But then again, doesn't Time Crisis use the PlayStation Move?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so wouldn't it basically just be the same thing, except you have a gun peripheral?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe they might make up a new way to play Time Crisis. You know, how is that a bad idea? You know, instead of pressing a button to hide behind a shield, how about, you know, you're in front of some sort of a camera and you just hide behind your couch, and then the game replicates you hiding behind a shield. See, you got to think outside the box, man.
Oh, I can so see that. You know, mother walks down and a little Timmy's taking tactical cover behind their couch.
Hell yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing something like that in the next Modern Warfare while we're at it. That seems kind of cool to me. Hiding behind stuff and pretending to shoot things. How's that not fun?
It's almost one to one, like they did in that horrible movie Gamer or something like that.
I like that movie.
Oh God, this is not going to be good.
That was a great film. Gerald Butler is a national treasure, sir.
I will not argue you on that point. And Michael C. Hall is awesome. Everything else.
Oh, no, I liked it. Well, I guess we'll have to disagree to agree, or wait a minute, agree to disagree. There you go.
Indeed. In fact, I'll have something else to add.
You suck.
And you swallow.
Oh!
I didn't need a fancy little sound effect to say that, now did I?
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
I didn't mean to play that.
But it kind of fit, though.
Yep. All right. So moving on, my point on it, the PlayStation 4, I personally don't think it's going to happen. I will believe it when I see it, honestly.
I think it's going to happen, given the fact that Nintendo's about to launch a new console. That Microsoft might launch a new one as well. That's also been rumored for E3 next year. Mm-hmm. So I would be surprised if Sony doesn't, release something as well. Because I doubt that Sony would want to enter the market late again, as they did when the Xbox 360 first launched, Maybe that's why they've always been behind, Xbox 360 in terms of sales and recognition, because they came out later than Xbox did, and they were pretty much unopposed for a year and basically took up most of the market share in that time.
So their brand new business strategy was don't be late, be super, super, super early.
I guess.
Okay. Moving on, this story kind of breaks my heart. I think anybody who's been following the gaming press for the last week has heard some pretty bad things about Team Bondi, they were the main studio behind LA Noire, about their business practices, how they treated employees and things like that. And now the big thing that's going to impact us as fans is Rockstar Games has basically said they are not going to be releasing Team Bondi's next game. Team Bondi will have to go out and find someone else to publish their game for them.
Yeah, that's got me a little worried for the LA Noire sequel that I'm sure that's about to be announced any day now.
I think that they might want the dust to settle before they start talking sequels. And plus, LA Noire is still selling. It sold over like 1 million copies. I think it might be pushing 1 million. I think 1.5 million now. I'd have to take a look at my numbers and be absolutely sure. But yeah, I think it'll be more towards like Christmas or January when they come out with LA Noire 2. If even they will want to continue the franchise. And I think Team Bondi definitely wants to make more games because it's a good game and it's profitable for them. But without Rockstar, they could be facing a really uphill battle with this, because Rockstar basically pumped money into them and kept them financially stable while they were making LA Noire for 6 years.
Yeah, that might get ugly. I can see this going to court.
I don't think it's going to go into court. I really wonder where does the legal ownership of the franchise lie? Is it with Team Bondi, the people who?
That's where I was trying to get at. That they might fight over the licensing of LA Noire. The franchise itself in court.
Yeah.
Rockstar. May want some money out of whatever they make from LA Noire too, saying that they kind of like originated, the game, but they pumped money into the franchise, and they may want, some royalties for whatever investments they made in the past.
My understanding is that any business deals about how one carves up the current sales, like people buying the physical game from now until infinity, those deals are probably already carved up. Future games, that's going to be really weird. because and honestly, I think Rockstar, they've got Red Dead Redemption, they've got Bully, they have Grand Theft Auto. So they've got all these franchises that they can really lean on. Team Bondi, this is kind of their one big thing. And,
isn't it their only thing, really?
Well, I think it was their biggest game. I think it's definitely their biggest hit. I'm not sure what else they have done. In fact, I was asked this earlier, and I didn't have a really good answer for it. But what makes me feel a little oogie, and I wrote about this for the website, EmpireStateGamer.com. Just felt I had to put that in there.
Plugs are fun.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that makes me feel really oogie about it is Team Bondi had some pretty, and of course this is all based on the word of 11 ex-employees, and the story is really catching fire now. But they had some pretty reprehensible business practices, such as they would take employees and then fabricate a false entry-level position so they could get away with paying entry-level employees less money. They would institute mandatory overtime, mandatory weekends, and not pay them for those weekends until the game physically saw the retail markets. And say if someone was let go from the company after the game finally got released, which is wanted to do, after a big company will normally hire from the outside to get through a big project and then trim the fat once the project's done. If some people were let go up to 3 months after LA Noire shipped, it would be up to the company's discretion whether or not those people even got paid overtime.
Yes, that doesn't sound right to me.
It's just weird, and I'm going to be following this story to see what really comes out of it, because the fact that this game LA Noire is successful almost vindicates the business practices they had, and that's what's really sad. They're being rewarded for being bastards.
Yeah, that's not cool.
But I will say this: it's a fantastic game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so even for the 6-year development time and the 2 years of a constant crunch period, the game turned out really good, or I should say really well. So if that's worth anything, there it is.
Yeah, 3D Realms should be taking notes right now. Zing!
Oh.
And also I think this issue shows that the gaming industry as a whole should unionize, to avoid situations like this in regards to, the workers being compensated properly for their time.
So, let's see. Moving on from LA Noire, we got this odd story of Gears of War 3 being leaked.
Yes.
I saw that. Yeah, this was on Joystick, and apparently, let me see if I can open that. That's the other window, you dummy. Somebody torrented a developer build of a Gears of a War 3, and they put it up. Now, the odd thing is that you can't run it unless you have a special modded
Xbox.
Yeah. Unless you have a modded console. So basically, it's not finished. So you need special software on the Xbox to make the code compile. And I guess some people do because they would torrent it. They put it on the modded Xbox, and they would shoot videos and post them onto the internet.
Yeah, this kind of story just makes me kind of sad for the people who makes the games.
Yeah.
It's one thing, for the game to be pirated after it comes out, but for it to be pirated before it's even finished, to me as a creator, that would really, really depress me. It's like, I would have a lot of trust issues at the workplace. Like, who here is giving our stuff away?
Yeah.
Like, how else would this stuff get out there like that unless, the said systems, at the office were hacked or something?
Right.
I would just be looking over my shoulder at the workplace, and that would make me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, and also, like, and like, I kind of think back a few years to the whole to the thing where 1 month before the Wolverine movie came out, somebody took a pre-special effects version and posted it onto the internet. I think it was downloaded over a million times, and basically the entire movie just got spoiled. And plus, the word leaked out that the movie wasn't all that good. But
that's okay, because that was a public service. But in all seriousness, yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Obviously, this isn't meant for the average consumer to go out and buy. It's not like you said. Yeah, after the game gets released to the public, people will put it up and people torrent it, and they can get a free version. This isn't meant for just the average person. So I don't know what they were anticipating, or like what they were trying to do leaking this early. Because it's not like everybody could just go out and download it like it's like a demo or something.
I don't know. People, find thrill in doing things like this. I guess to them it feels taboo. And people get off of that.
For the lulz, basically.
Exactly, basically tasting the forbidden fruit, and they just, put it out there just for fun, to get off on it.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit.
Exactly.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows. And that was for everybody listening who is over 80 years old.
I don't get the reference.
You wouldn't. It was an old radio drama. I know that just because I'm a huge dork.
Wow.
Okay, next up on the agenda, let's see. I think I'm going to skip around. Actually, I think you know more about this one. That the MoMA is going to host a gaming event.
Yes, they're going to host some sort of a gaming event over there at the MoMA.
Yes. Why, yes, they are, Chris.
Oh, my goodness. I remember putting this on here, but I completely forgot about it. Okay.
I've got it up. Looks like basically
they're going to have games at the MoMA.
Yeah, and it's I think they are collaborating with the gaming magazine Kill Screen, and they'll have a bunch of indie games there. And these are popping up. I know that NYU has an event every now and then where, or I think once every year they'll do independent gaming. 1 second. They will do the indie games that their students create.
I just find it interesting that a prestigious, art museum would showcase video games, and especially here in NYC. I thought this would be relevant to the site. It'd be cool for us if we could go down there.
Oh yeah,
on July 27th, I think it is.
Which is a Wednesday, I think.
Oh, Wednesday? My goodness.
Yep. If I look at my calendar, it's about 3 weeks from right now, so we might be a little busy. What the heck was that?
Sounds like a ghost.
I think that was just my phone telling me, you have email.
It's a very creepy tone for email.
Well, it's because I have it set on vibrate because my actual tones you don't want to hear. Why?
Is it like adult-oriented sound effects?
Not necessarily, but okay, you asked for it. This is the this is the ringtone that plays whenever my girlfriend calls me. And that's enough of that.
So, am I to assume that you dislike your girlfriend, or why would you assign her such a disrespectful ringtone?
She's into anime, and I thought that it was very indicative of her style.
Okay, I stand corrected then. Carry on.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. This was Tangent Theater. Yeah. We'll be following it, and I might try to see if I could get into it either after Wednesday or at some other point because it. Well, I mean, it's going to have.
I think it's one night only.
One night only? Oh, crap.
Yeah, there's going to be like tote bags given away. There's going to be a cocktail reception. It's going to be a very fancy
So let's see.
event.
Games, booze, and tote bags. I guess
Yes.
we'll be canceling the podcast that week.
Yes, just bring $20 with you because that's how much it's going to be to get in, or $16 in advance
Okay.
for tickets.
Ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen, 3 weeks from now, the Empire State Gamer podcast will be in best of mode.
Best stuff.
Yeah, best
After
of
one
our
After 4 episodes?
Yep, because we are just that good.
Wow, we're going to include the never before heard beta episode as well?
Maybe that would be awesome. Except that all the news on it would be totally moot. Let's quickly move on and dig ourselves out of this hole.
Yes. Holes are disgusting.
The Wii U supporting 3D. What's going on with that? Oh, I think it says the Wii U will support 3D TVs, but it's not a focus that Nintendo's going to be worried about.
So yeah, basically, from what I can understand from that quote, is that the Wii U will support 3D, but they're not going to make games for it. Basically.
Yeah.
Which I found kind of interesting. Like, how would you put a feature into a system and not use it? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, motion controls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it isn't like Nintendo hasn't already done things with 3D. It's not like they have it's not like they have an entire console dedicated to 3D gameplay that they are trying to make you buy for all of your kids. So yeah, they are. So I'd say Nintendo isn't all that focused on 3D.
At least not for now. What I think what they're going to do with this feature, this is just a theory of mine, based on nothing. But I think they're going to pull a PS3, PSP conversion type of thing, where they're going to get the 3DS games, and then release them on the Wii U, and upgrade the graphics a little bit, sometime down the line.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
That would be a possibility, but the difference is that the 3DS has built-in technology that does not require glasses. Almost all 3D television sets do.
Yeah,
So-
but, that's where the conversion process comes into play.
Yeah.
You can just convert one type of 3D into another 3D. I don't think it would be brain science or rocket science, that's the saying. Brain
It wouldn't be like
science.
that, the brain science, but
Oh, my goodness.
yeah, basically they would just run it right through some sort of a processor and new 3D.
There you go. I think that's the type of technology they have at Nintendo.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And I now christen the glasses 3D. And there we go. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that they are doing it because, like with the Wii, they really handicapped all of its features. They handicapped the online. They handicapped the graphics capability. They handicapped a lot of the possible controls by making you do motion controls for most of the games. So now they're saying, or at least I'd think, they'd go the complete opposite direction and say, we're going to open this up to almost anything. So if, say, 3D TVs do catch on, we will have a console that's prepared for it.
Yeah, I think they're going to catch on sooner or later. Everybody's paying all this money to see 3D movies at the theater, $20 a pop.
Well, that's because people are stupid.
So you trying to say I'm stupid? Well, not that I pay $20, but I wake up super early to catch the matinee and pay $9. But
Yeah.
that's besides the point.
Yeah, I mean, having just the merits about 3D are a completely different conversation. But yeah, I think that they are doing what Sony tried to do with the PlayStation and just future proof it.
Yeah, and I am currently interested in 3D movies.
Yeah. I mean, I was interested in a 3D television at one point because I think 3D sports sounds pretty awesome.
Yes, that would be fun.
You know, like a 3D football, 3D baseball, 3D mixed martial arts.
Yes, I would love to have all those balls coming at me in my living room. I love sports.
And again, for the second time. Yes, it took us one episode and we had a ball joke.
Balls are fun.
Because that's And we have our first title. Empire State Gamer Podcast, Episode 1. Balls are fun. Why is it you come up with all the titles?
Because I'm awesome. Duh.
Okay, moving along. Let me get back to the agenda. There's a thing going on with the PlayStation Network that they are redesigning it, and they're also adding this online pass for... Let's see. The only game that they have announced support for is a Resistance 3.
Yes.
But it's a possibility that they could broaden that to other games.
Oh, yes, they're going to do it.
So there's a rumor that Sony is redesigning the PlayStation Network in the aftermath of its massive power outage. In fact, didn't Sony just recently get the PlayStation Network back up in its home country?
Yes, I think that went live either today or yesterday. I have to double check.
Yeah, and it looks like, from what I can see here, I'm reading off of IGN, that it's basically just they are going to be giving it a brand new coat of paint. You know, there's not going to be a lot of difference in the functionality. It's going to look a little nicer. Might be a bit easier for the end user to interact with. But other than that, not a huge thing.
No, I just found it really interesting that they would do something like this, given the timing of everything that's happened to them in regards to online.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't they rather just say, okay, we're going to take the whole thing down and keep it down until we have this complete redesign done, and then when we relaunch, it's going to look completely awesome and brand new, and then you will forget about having all of your financial info stolen.
Oh, and by the way, the PS4 might come out next year. Yay! Makes sense. Oh,
yeah.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, but on to the Resistance thing. This came from a German site, and again, we are quoting a Joystick.
But they have photographic evidence.
Yeah, and in fact, I can see the photo right now. If I can zoom in, come on, multi-touch. It has a sticker on it that says PSN Pass. Let's see if I can read it. Network features only available in the countries that have PlayStation Store. That's what the little notice on the box says. And it's just a way for Sony to help combat the rise of the secondhand game market. So it's a one-time use code that enables online play. Bundles will be game-specific. It was part of this, but so basically it's just another way of doing a Project $10, where this game comes with an activation code that, should someone want to go online, they have to put this code in, and if they sell it, you'd have to pay. The secondhand buyer would have to pay to get their own code.
Yeah, but I just see another potential problem with this PSN Pass. You know, there was something that was like not really all that much publicized when the PSN went down and came back up halfway, you know, meaning that multiplayer was functional and the PSN store wasn't. You know, many people had problems, you know, redeeming their codes for Mortal Kombat, you know, to be able to play online. You know, it was, you know, basically these people could not redeem their codes at all, given the fact that the PSN was down.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it took NetherRealm Studios to deactivate the online pass entirely until the PSN came up. in the future, given what's been going on, with these online pass things, recently with all these, studios and developers and game designers, that I think this is going to be the norm in the future. And I just hope that for the grace of Thor, by the grace of Thor, that this crap will be struck down. And I think at the end of the day, it's just going to motivate people to pirate these games even harder than what they're currently doing now.
Well, I don't know, but I think it would more lead that it would more lead to the end consumer resenting Sony or the first party developer for making them think, okay, so now I have to go jump through a few more hoops just to unlock content that's already on this disc, just because you're afraid of the secondhand gaming market. Why don't you reward me for buying it brand new and be positive instead of restrictive?
I, for one, hate putting in these codes. When I bought Mortal Kombat, I was very inconvenienced that I had to put in this 40-digit code in just so I can go online. That was annoying.
And plus, inputting codes on the PlayStation Network, unless you have a USB keyboard plugged in, inputting a code is a hassle.
It is. On the Xbox wasn't that big of a hassle for me because I have that chat pad.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of an annoyance, but still an annoyance. I just wanted to go online and, split people in half.
Yeah. And it's one more thing keeping us from. It's just one more thing keeping the end user from the online experience. So, oh well. I mean, this is going to have to be sorted out as more and more companies try to figure out how do we make money and also deal with this with people selling their used games to GameStop. Okay, so it looks like if I pull up the agenda, what's this thing? The PSP comic service ends?
Yes, the PSP had a digital comic service, and today is the last day they're going to update it. After today, it's not going to exist anymore, which I found quite interesting because I did not know the PSP had a comic service, so I found this very interesting. So I'm this is something I would have been interested in.
Right. I mean, I'm thinking, who in their right mind wants to read a digital comic on the PSP? I think that the screen isn't the right size. I don't even like reading comics on my iPhone because it's so small. You don't get to really appreciate the artwork. Now,
I like reading it on my. Because I download digital comics to my phone, and I enjoy reading them off of there. Mm-hmm. For the PSP, I would have liked to put comics in there because it's a bigger screen than my phone is. And also, it would have been pretty interesting to have that service, on the upcoming launch of the PS Vita. Mm-hmm. It would have looked even great on there since it's going to have an AMOLED screen, if I remember correctly. And the AMOLED technology, makes these comic books pop. I know since my phone has a Super AMOLED screen, and I can tell you firsthand, they look pretty.
Well, I guess we can just toss this onto the pile of all the other failed Sony formats. It can have a seat right next to its best friend, UMD.
And Minidisc.
Yep.
Betamax.
And the Betamax.
The list goes on and on, but at least it got Blu-ray.
Yeah. One success out of a steady stream of failures.
At least it got the last one correct.
I'm going to get so many emails. I think we're going to wrap it up now with a bit more of an op-ed piece. You have two items here that I thought were really awesome. What are we currently playing? Which I think might be a weekly thing, like what games have we really immersed ourselves into? What are we looking forward to really buying? And the best game of the year so far. We are in the month of July right now. Thank you, and we're about halfway through the calendar year, more than halfway through actually.
Yes.
So what has really worked up until this point? We'll start with what we're currently playing. We talked about this on the beta episode. I logged a bit more time with Duke Nukem Forever over the holiday weekend. And I'm warming up to it. I think I relaunched the game right when you get shrunken down.
Oh yeah, I hated that level.
I actually kind of liked it. I thought, all right, this is obviously it's obviously just like an RC driving. It's basically a little tiny driving game in the midst of this big action game. But I was okay with it. And then when it gets to the Vegas area, you are getting outside and just blowing up aliens with the signature Duke Nukem gun. I'm cool with it. That was fun. And the only joke so far that I've really laughed at is the often quoted Halo reference.
Oh yeah, I found that really funny.
Like that was a good joke. Okay, points. That's funny. So I'm going to try and see if I can breeze through Duke Nukem because I want to just clear that game out of the queue and maybe go back to actually finishing Fallout New Vegas. I don't know.
Oh, I just got that game today, Fallout New Vegas.
Yep. I think I got it right when it launched. I got my character up to level 28 or something. I'm almost through the game. Then one day I popped it out of the disc tray and never put it back in.
Yeah, I only grabbed it because it was $5. So.
Wow.
It's $5. I'm like, I don't even like Fallout 3, but whatever, it's $5. So I just grabbed it.
What did you buy it on? Commodore 64?
No, Xbox 360. That's the only one they had left.
It's $5?
$5, $5 or $10, something like that.
$5 Fallout. I had to. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Subway's gonna sue my ass.
Hey, maybe you get a free sandwich out of it.
Maybe that should be the episode title: $5 Fallout.
No, I like Balls Are Fun better since I came up with it.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yes, I admired myself over you.
I can totally respect that.
Yes.
So apart from $5 Fallout, what have you been playing so far?
Well, I haven't played Fallout yet. It's still there in the shrink wrap. It's just there.
And it's new?
Yeah, it's like I got it today. Opened up Def Jam Rap Star, another game that I bought basically just for the microphone. And I haven't touched it. It's still in the bag.
Okay, you bought these games out of the back of like some gangbanger's trunk or something.
No, it's just they're just having really good sales right now. That's all.
Psst, man, come on over here, man. Want to buy some brand new Xbox games? I had quote unquote liberated them from the back of a GameStop truck.
Oh, I wish that would happen. I bet they would have some amazing deals.
Yes. Halo 4, $5.
Whoa, is that even in development yet? But anyway,
It's kind of like that one scene from the movie Spaceballs. How in the hell can there be a copy of Spaceballs out on video cassette? We're still making it. Yes, sir, but there's been a brand new breakthrough in home video marketing. Yes. Instant cassettes. They are out in stores before the movie's even finished.
Yeah.
Instant games out in stores while the developers are still writing up the design document.
Yeah, if you want evidence of this new technology, just check out any torrent sites with the Gears of 3 beta.
All right,
it's happening now.
Yeah. On to best game of the year so far.
Okay, I guess you don't really want to know what I'm playing right now. Fine.
Well, hey, I thought you were just saying, hey, I bought Def Jam for the microphone. And
yeah,
I
bought them. I didn't say I was playing them.
All right, so what are you playing then, Mr. Smarty?
I'm playing L.A. Noire.
Okay. Now moving on.
Okay. Fine.
All right. Backing up just like a little bit. How are you enjoying it?
It's pretty cool.
Where are you at in the game so far?
Well, according to my progress in the social club, I am 26% in.
Yeah, but like, what desk are you currently at? Are you at homicide?
I'm I'm at homicide. I'm figuring out who killed the naked lady on a hill.
You're gonna have to narrow it down just a little bit. There's more than one naked lady on.
There's more naked ladies in this game. Wow.
Yes,
I'm
there
really
are.
like this game.
It is a cavalcade of a digital corpse poon.
Well, I'm at the first naked lady. There we go.
Okay, so it's the first homicide case.
Yes, basically.
Yeah, I felt that it was really unbalanced. You know, you would get to the homicide desk really fast, and then you think, oh God, this game's going to go by in a flash, and I'm not going to have a chance to really settle down and enjoy it. But after that, the pace kind of smooths out, and it becomes enjoyable. Yeah,
because because I'm already like at case 13 or something like that, and there's only supposedly 21 cases in the game. You know, breeze through those pretty fast.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me the rest of the cases are like really, really long?
At least that's how they had felt. You know, because the first cases they have to go set up all of the different gameplay elements, so they usually go by faster. Whereas the other ones, there are a lot more clues you can gather, and plus there's all of the extemporaneous stuff. There are the side missions, there are the film reels. There's finding all of the Los Angeles hallmarks or landmarks, I should say. So there's other things you can use to occupy your time in that game.
Yeah, I'm also doing the side missions as soon as they pop up. Yeah. You know, while I'm investigating the investigation or whatever it is that I do in that game.
My theory on it was I would help if it was on my way or if it was nearby. But if I'm heading east and there's a crime happening west, I'm not going to instantly pull on the handbrake, do a 180, and head the opposite direction. I don't care what they can say over the CB radio.
I go anyway because I really want that trophy. I don't care where it's at. I'm going.
Okay, fair.
Yes.
All right. So now can we move on to the best game so far?
If we must.
Well, it's the last item, so we have to get to it, or otherwise this will be the never-ending podcast.
Oh, that could be a good podcast, the never-ending podcast.
Everything will work out fine, Jordan. Just you wait.
Oh, my goodness.
The never-ending podcast.
We should do something like that for like a Guinness World Record. That'd be great.
World's longest podcast. I currently count 4,750,000 tiles on this roof.
Whoa.
Sorry, first number that just popped into my head.
Are they in 3D?
Wow. Yes.
Put on the glasses, man.
No, I'm just unfocusing my eyes. It's like a magic eye painting.
Oh, wow. Moving on.
Yes. So what do you think is out of all of the games that have been released up until this point, what do you think is the best game so far?
I would have to say L.A. Noire thus far.
I had a feeling you would say that.
That game has exceeded my expectations to the max.
Yeah, it's
really
definitely
fun.
going. Yeah, it is definitely going to win something. It is an above average game. Just how much above average depends on like who you would talk to. But it's definitely good. It's going to win something, and it deserves to be up there with the best games. My pick so far, and if people read any of my stuff on the website, you're probably not surprised about this. Portal 2. I think Portal 2 so far is the best game, bar none.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed by Portal 2.
Okay, explain yourself.
Because it's tough.
Okay.
I got stuck and I haven't played it since. So yeah.
That's what GameFAQs is for, dude.
Nuh-uh, man. Nuh-uh. Those are for losers and quitters. I am neither of those things, sir.
Yeah, well then call me Mr. Loser Quitter, because that's what I did.
Wow, you still haven't finished it?
No, I have. Like, the only thing I haven't finished is the co-op section, and this is going to be an impassioned plea right now to my girlfriend because I know she's listening to this. Honey, I don't think we can move forward in our relationship until.
Oh wait, do we have the copyrights to that?
No, but I can play. This is slightly. This isn't. This kind of doesn't work, but I'm going to have to put it here. Honey, I don't think we can move forward in our relationship until we sit down and finally finish Portal 2 co-op. I just don't think it is possibly. Sorry, I don't think it's really capable because we're sitting there, 25% complete. There are robots out there that need our help. So don't think about me. Think about robots.
Yeah. Let's play co-op under the moonlight.
Yeah.
Until the morning. Oh, wait, why'd you cut me off, man?
Because I could.
I was feeling it, man.
Thank you. And that is without copyright. And we are rapidly approaching 50 minutes, and I'm out of stuff to talk about, so I think it's about time to officially call it a day. For our first episode, this wasn't too bad.
Not bad at all.
All right, I want to thank everybody for downloading. This has been a whole lot of fun, and hopefully we get to do more and more of these as time goes on. So thank you for downloading the inaugural episode of the ESGamer Station. If you want to follow us, you can follow me personally at ChrisWoodESG on Twitter. Jordan, why don't you give out your Twitter address?
My Twitter is at @TheRealEliRey at Twitter.com.
And, of course, you can follow Empire State Gamer at Empire State Gamer, gamer without the E in it. So that's GAMR. That's how you spell gamer in at Empire State Gamer. We are on Facebook, and we'd love to have you like us on Facebook, should that be your thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And, of course, should you want any gaming news, gaming reviews, we got bloggery all over the internet, you can find us at www.empirestategamer.com. And I think that's officially it. So for the ESGamer Station, I'm Chris Wood.
No, I'm EliRey.
And we leave you with the sweet sounds of A Test of Violent Courage by Sievert. Thanks, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.